Yo, what's good? I was reading Doug Fisher's Monday Mailbag. He's an editor from ringtv.com, and he holds bi-weekly mailbags where fans send them mail for him to answer. And I'll put the link in the description. But on Monday, a fan posed an interesting question. He said, "Did Tommy Morrison have HIV since 1989?" And he said that he found some court documents online that reveal that he did. And if that's true, he was fighting for 7 years before he was diagnosed and eventually outed from boxing and blackballed from boxing because of his HIV. If that is true, he fought Razor Ruddock, Carl the Truth Williams, Pinklon Thomas, George Foreman, among others, with HIV for 7 years without being diagnosed. Now, Tommy started his career in 1988, and that is exactly when the Nevada State Athletic Commission started testing for HIV. So for him to not test positive in the 8 fights, he fought 8 times in Nevada before he finally got diagnosed with HIV, including the George Foreman fight. So for him to not be diagnosed in those 8 fights in his 7 years as a pro is criminal negligence by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. This article, which I also will put in the description, by Law News, says that a couple fighters suggested that what could have happened was they get a friendly doctor, quote unquote friendly doctor, that would provide their own urine, their own clean, actually blood sample, their own clean blood sample, so the HIV test would come out negative. So if Tommy Morrison knew that he had HIV since 1989, maybe he had a few doctors in his pockets. Now, this isn't just hearsay. These are court documents. Now, in 2014, Tommy Morrison's wife, or widow, she tried to sue the Nevada State Athletic Commission for falsely diagnosing Tommy Morrison with HIV, even though he obviously had HIV from the years of deterioration and years of HIV, then AIDS denial. And if you're an AIDS denier, I have no respect for you, and leave my channel immediately, please. Dislike my video and leave, because I do not have time for that silliness. All right. So she tried to sue the Nevada State Athletic Commission for falsely diagnosing Tommy Morrison with HIV. And so the Nevada State Athletic Commission tried to find evidence that he did have AIDS. In 1999, when Tommy Morrison went to rehab for drugs, in 1999 he went to rehab, and this doctor claims that Tommy Morrison told him that he had HIV, that he knew that he had HIV since 1989. This is in 1999. So at that point, he supposedly knew that he had HIV, since 1989, and that he got it from injecting steroids through a needle. Now, again, in 1999, a psychiatrist, he wrote in his profile of Tommy Morrison that Tommy claimed that he had been HIV positive for 11 years. That is 1989. And his ex-wife also spoke that Tommy Morrison told her that he had HIV since 1989, and that he would almost be bragging about it, bragging about having unprotected sex with multiple women, knowing that he was HIV positive. His ex-wife claimed that he told her in the year 2000, and that he told his ex-wife's mom in 1994 that he might be HIV positive. And his ex-wife claims that even like there was this ESPN reporter that was interviewing him in his house, and he was almost bragging about having unprotected sex with all these women. And she was like, chill. That is really incriminating. And that she even had to call his attorney to tell him to calm down, because it's extremely incriminating. And the women that he had unprotected sex with throughout the years could sue him. So he calmed down. So, I mean, that's just 3 sources, but it is something that you would want to keep on the low because you want to keep fighting. And if these doctors were enabling him and providing their own positive blood sample, that's criminal as well. So whether this is true or not, I don't know, but these are court documents. I will put this link in the description, as well as several other articles on Tommy Morrison's life. This is just extremely, extremely interesting. I talked last week that HIV cost Tommy Morrison a fight with Mike Tyson, which he could have made $38 million from. So no question about it, HIV cost Tommy Morrison his life, his career and his life. And possibly he could have ruined the career of another fighter. Maybe Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, Razor Ruddock. He could have ruined their career if they had got AIDS at that time. And it would have been his fault. Their blood would have been on his hands. But we'll never know. As always, the truth lies somewhere in between. Thanks everybody for watching, and have a great day.